Welcome back, internet friends. It's 1 week until the man burns, and I've made a lot of videos about getting ready for Burning Man, about the gear and the food, but today I wanted to make a video about the 10 principles of Burning Man to kind of help you mentally prepare for the upcoming experience. I've also found it helpful weaving these principles into other aspects of my life, so maybe they'll benefit you as well. I'm going to be using the Burning Man iRobot Survival Guide to read directly from the text what these mean, as well as give you a little bit of personal input. One main principle of Burning Man is radical self-expression. That's why I'm doing this video in somewhat different attire for you. I'm wearing my performing stuff, expressing myself here a little bit from the text. Radical self-expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual. No one other than the individual or a collaborating group can determine its content. It is offered as a gift to others. In the spirit, the giver should respect the rights and liberties of the recipient. It basically means express yourself as much as you like within the limitations of respecting everyone else's freedoms and liberties, right? Don't go around spraying people with Gatorade for no reason. They might get upset at you for that. But you can express yourself in plenty of other fun ways. If you're the kind of guy that has to wear a suit and tie every day to work and you want to wear a Speedo and a tutu, ride around a unicycle, you can do that. They encourage you to express yourself, but not just a little bit of expression, but go all out, get radical, turn your bike into whatever furry beast you like. If you're thinking creative and want to make some art piece and express some feeling or emotion or experience that you've had in an art car, some painting, whatever it is, we really encourage you to do that. That's a principle of Burning Man, is don't just express yourself, but radically express yourself. Bring out that art and that inspiration from inside of you as a gift to others. And that can come in many forms: clothing, art, jokes, lessons, sharing your skills, many forms. The next principle, radical inclusion. Anyone may be a part of Burning Man. We welcome and respect the stranger. There's no prerequisites that exist for participation in our community. This means that anyone is welcome at Burning Man. Doesn't matter if you're tall or small, if you're thin, chubby, blue-eyed, brown-eyed, whatever color, place you're from in the world, whoever you love or whatever, it does not matter. You're accepted at the burn. I include anyone into my life that has a good soul and is good-spirited. I judge people by their actions. Going deeper into it, when I go to the burn, I try to encourage people to get involved in the things I'm doing. I try to teach classes or attend things. I try to include others in the activities I'm doing. That's a part of it, not just creating things, but creating things to include others. Gifting. Burning Man is devoted to acts of gift giving. The value of a gift is unconditional. Gifting does not contemplate a return or an exchange for something of equal value. It's a beautiful thing to receive gifts and to have the joy of giving gifts. Every year I receive so many special gifts. Here, I have this necklace on my Buddha. From my first year, there's a little thing of Playa dust, and it's hard to see, but there's a little man inside of there, a little statue of a Burning Man. This was a gift from a dear friend my first year. Last year, I got this button from a teammate. It's super personal to me because it says, "Don't be a guppy." It's an inside joke. I went to a boutique. They were giving away free clothes, and I got this super cool piece of fabric to tie around yourself. It has a snake on it. I love these gifts so much. They're nothing super crazy expensive, or it just was sweet, and I'll always love them. They're special. So I try to make these patches and give them out. I have keychains. People do all sorts of things, make stickers, just little crafts, homemade necklaces and jewelry. It's all really special, man. It feels so good to give, and even to receive. It'll be like a little surprise that you're not expecting. Someone just gives you a gift. It's just beautiful, and it makes it feel like Christmas morning all the time at Burning Man. Like you could just get a surprise, or you could give a surprise. Gifting is magical. That's all I gotta say about that. It's good to incorporate generosity into your own life. Radical self-reliance is the next principle. Burning Man encourages the individual to discover, exercise, and rely on his or her inner resources. Plainly saying, take care of yourself. But I like to think of it as more like radically take care of yourself. plan ahead of time, plan way in advance. That's what all this prepping is about. Getting your food and making sure you're not just taken care of, but you're really taken care of. So well that you might even be able to lend a hand to another person who didn't pack as good. Get really creative on how you're gonna build your little home to stay, wherever you're gonna sleep, your tent or your camp, how you can help make your camp cool. Get creative about taking care of your basic needs. A shower setup, whatever it is, get creative, radically take care of yourself. Decommodification, another principle of Burning Man. In order to preserve the spirit of gifting, the community seeks to create a social environment that are unmediated by commercial sponsorships, transactions, advertising, and we stand ready to protect our culture from such exploitation. We resist the substitution of consumption for participatory experience. Basically means at Burning Man, stuff is not for sale, there's no advertising, you're not gonna see a 7-Up stage, anything like that. People aren't selling clothes, there's no money. That's the idea. It's not about making money off you and me, it's about giving and gifting. That's what this is about, the decommodification part. It really encourages not seeing the money, the what do I gain out of this transaction. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to go for like a week, 10 days, without having money. Like you need to buy ice, okay? You need to buy ice and coffee if you like coffee. But otherwise, you don't need money at Burning Man. People are just giving and surviving. So it's a beautiful vacation from the money, and they don't want people to go in and try to exploit each other. And it brings this whole vibe, turning everything into business, and they see that this corrupts a lot of fun activities and communities. So there's a business part of life and the world, and people go make money in the whole world, right? But for this week at Burning Man, it's Burning Man. Like even money that goes to camps and things like that, it all should be going towards getting stuff there and building things for the campers and the rest of the community. Any of the art, it all goes back to the people. Another principle of Burning Man, the communal effort. Our community values creative cooperation and collaboration, social networks, public spaces, works of art, methods of communication that support such interaction. What that means is that Burning Man is a community. It's not just Black Rock City for 1 week. We exist outside. There's regional events. I participate in San Diego's Utopia. Just keep the spirit of the burn in your heart, the community with you. Don't be afraid to follow the Reddit or different groups online and keep in touch with burners. I personally stay so close to some of my fire performing friends, and I've met people that went to many Burning Mans and they've moved to a different part of the world like Thailand. And now they've created their own fire performances and this own circus stuff, their own mini artistic creative thing there. It's about the community, man. It's not just the individual. It's about getting in touch with all of us and what we can do together and keeping that whole community and that idea in your heart. Take it, spread it, and stay one with, everyone. We're like a family after this. Another principle of Burning Man, very critical, is civic responsibility. We value civil society. Community members who organize the events should assume responsibility for the public welfare and endeavor and to communicate civic responsibilities to the participants. They must also assume responsibility for conducting events in accordance with local, state, and federal laws. It goes along with the community. This means if you're building stuff at Burning Man, if you're bringing it there, follow the rules. Go along with the DMV. Don't build things sloppily. Test your stuff before you go because people may be dancing or standing on it. It's going to be critical that the stuff is strong. It's important that you take care and keep everyone's well-being in mind when you bring stuff to Black Rock City. And do things with respect. You respect the communities going in and out of that territory near Pyramid Lake. You respect the rules of the burn, the principles. If you see somebody who is ill or way too messed up, if they're not feeling good, dude, you help them. Give them some water or tell medical or help them get to medical. Do something for them. We are going to take care of each other. We like to incorporate the responsibility of looking after one another. It's such an extreme environment. We're all partying. We got to keep an eye out for each other. And so as we talk about our civic responsibility, this leads into the next principle of leaving no trace. Our community respects the environment. We are committed to leaving no physical trace of our activities wherever we gather. We clean up after ourselves and endeavor, whenever possible, to leave such places in a better state than when we found them. This goes along with taking care of trash, but not just trash, all moop. And that specific area in Black Rock City, the Playa, it's a very unique place. We don't want to leave anything there that was not there before it. That means all sorts of precautions you got to take. Don't dump nasty liquids or like oils and food stuff onto the ground. Don't dump any of your waste onto the ground. Keep everything in trash. After the burn, you will see people hold hands and carefully combing their camp, all in like a line of people. They carefully comb for any little piece of trash that may be left over, any little thing that was not there before. We don't set fires right on the playa. These little things that keep the environment nice, we got to do that. Anywhere you go, if you go to the beach and you see trash there, something that's not supposed to be there, pick it up. We have this thing at Burning Man that's called MOOP, matter out of place. It really is an incredible thing to add to your life. Just think about anything like the trash in your room. Is it really supposed to be there? It's matter out of place, dude. Pick up the trash and the things that are unnecessary in your room. Even organizing your room, like what is the crap laying around your desk that you haven't touched for 3 months? It's matter out of place. Incorporating that idea of putting everything in its right place can really help your life. For me, recycling stuff. I can't throw plastic and aluminum in the trash can. It's going to go in the ground of a landfill if it's not picked out by the recycling people. That's not the right place for cans, and cans get recycled, turned into more cans. That's the place for them. Keep the matter in your life in its place. Clean the environments around you. What better way to live your life than just improving everywhere around you by making it nicer, neater. If somebody spills something and there's a little bit of a mess, help them clean that up. Volunteer to make that problem in their life so much easier. That's what Leaving No Trace is about, is just being a good Samaritan, cleaning the world around you, making it a better place. Participation. Our community is committed to radically participatory ethic. We believe that transformative change, whether in the individual or society, can only occur through the medium of deep personal participation. We achieve being through doing. Everyone is invited to work. Everyone is invited to play. We make the world real through the actions that open the heart. This means participation, man. That means if there's an activity there, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to go out and try new things. Don't be afraid to speak to people. Participate in every aspect. More importantly, participate in helping, like help build things, help tear things down, help your neighbors with their tent if they can't figure it out, but also participate in the whole experience. Don't be in your phone. A lot of people go in an RV and they spend the whole burn in the air conditioning on their cell phone. And that's not the way to do it, all right? You can go in there to sleep at night for 3 hours. That's all you're allowed is 3 hours of sleep, dude. You're gonna miss out on everything. Go out there, participate, meet people, try things, see the beauty out there, man. That's what the participation principle is all about. The 10th principle, immediacy. Immediate experience is, in many ways, the most important touchstone of value of our culture. We seek to overcome barriers that stand between us and a recognition of our inner selves, the reality of those around us, participation in society, and contact with the natural world exceeding human powers. No idea can substitute for this experience. What I feel the immediacy part of Burning Man really means, and if you're going to Burning Man, it means be in the moment. It means if you have a chance to do something in life or at the burn, just do it right then. Never say the following words, I'll go do it later. I'm going to come back and do that later. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, immediately, dude. Listen, I didn't go on the zip line one year, okay? There's a zip line at the Sextant on like Esplanade, and I saw it and I was like, that looks like the coolest thing ever. I think I'll do it later. I really wanted to do that. You climb up a ladder, you're on this tall thing, you slide. It's not that big of a height, but it's fun. And I remember not doing that. And I was like super sad with myself because, I didn't take immediate action. I wasn't feeling in the moment. And that's what the immediacy is about. Do the things now because you might not do them later. Be in the moment. Don't be on your phone. Be present in everything. Kind of goes along with the participation aspect, but it's important. If you got a chance to do something, do it immediately. When you get to the gate, if you're a virgin, don't you dare be afraid to get out of the car and make an angel of dust and roll around in the dust. Don't you dare say, I'm going to come back and do that later. You're no way you're going to do that later. Do the dust angel right at the gate, right when you get there. Don't be scared. Don't put it off. Immediacy, baby. Immediacy. I know that was 10 principles and you think we're done. The 11th unwritten principle, I want to talk to you about consent. At the burn, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of activities. People are partying, all right? Respect everyone's space, their image, everything, Consent is important. There's a lot of activities. One specifically that comes to mind is the showering. If you go to the Dr. Bronner shower, they have this really good pep talk ahead of time about consent and how everyone is going to be naked in this place where we all shower together, but we all want to shower, and this experience can be a really awesome thing, but we all got to respect each other, man. That goes for everything. Don't stare at people creepy, don't go grabbing, don't go invading someone's space without asking. If you want to spray water on yourself or spray water on people to cool them off, be like, hey, can I cool you off with some lavender scented mist? Ask everything. Consent is important, and it's not an official principle, but it kind of is becoming one. So ask consent before taking a photograph of people. Don't film people super wasted, and I hope you found this video helpful or informative. If you did, go ahead, smash that like button. I make videos all the time, so go ahead and subscribe. I would love to see you at the burn. If you're coming to Burning Man this year, I'll be at 4 o'clock in A. You can look for my super ugly van. We'll also have a stage with platforms, a bar. Please come have a drink at 4 o'clock in A. Camp Looney Dance. That's where I'll be. I would love to meet you there. Go ahead, leave a comment. Tell me where you're going to be at Burning Man. If I missed anything about the 10 principles, please fill us in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck to you. See you at the burn. Take these principles with you in your heart and just have a great day.